Okay, so today I'm going to attempt my first ever unboxing video. I ordered an autopilot for our sailboat and I'm pretty excited to see what it's all about. Oh. Alright, we have the Raymarine Evolution. This is the complete pack for my boat. So it is for wheel control. It's got the little controller and the little control box, and then basically the sensor, which makes sure you're going in the right direction. So let's see what's in the big box here. Ooh, all right. Lots of boxes. Get this big one here. This appears to be... it's the actual wheel motor there. Set that aside. Yep, there's the actual ACU. Call that guy. And the P70 or P70S. So actually I'm excited about this because it's so simple. I'm a big fan of simplicity. I don't need a lot of, for what I'm doing, I don't need a lot of technology and a lot of over-the-top stuff. And then of course the wires. Oh no, that's interesting. So this is actually the ACU 100. What is this thing again? Let's take a closer look. Some instructions. Ah, yeah, that's the actual sensor. Okay, so this is the EV1. I believe is what that is. Okay. So let's take a look at each of the boxes. It's very, very exciting. So, as I said, this is the ACU controller. And what do we have underneath here? Oops. Some wires and some instructions. So I'm going to spend a good long minute making sure I understand everything that I need, because I've watched a couple of YouTube videos, and as we all know, it's not always necessarily the best instructions, but the ones I've seen have been pretty good. I will absolutely bore you with my installation of this when it gets to be a little warmer temperatures. That's part of the deal. And the wires, looks like all of the stuff in here based on what I'm expecting. To keep that all together. And then taking a closer look at what's in this little guy. That is, here's the sensor. This is where the magic happens. It's very lightweight. It's fascinating how much technology you can stick into one of these little guys. Then the mounting brackets, and that really seems to be all that's in here. P70 again, simplicity, very excited about that. Oh, this is cool. This is actually something I was wondering about when I was watching the videos of other people installing these things. Is you know, is there any kind of protection for the weather when you're not actually sailing? I would be surprised if there weren't, and it does look like it has this rubber cover that you can put right over it. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's going to be perfect for what I need. I don't need anything more than this. This is great. You may say, well, okay, you only do these short trips on your sailboat. Why do you even care about having an autopilot if you're only going out for a couple hours here and there? And honestly, our sailboat is very challenging to single hand. Just the way that it's set up, all of the halyards and all of that, it's all controlled right at the mast, so you always have to go forward. And I'm really not interested in rigging it to the cockpit. And even if it were rigged to the cockpit, I mean, what happens if something goes wrong? And I do go out a lot. I can single-hand it, but I think it'd be much nicer to have the assistance of this system. So it's money well spent, you know, because, you know, for me, I really don't feel comfortable doing it if the winds get too strong, because just a little bit of getting pushed off course, and then all of a sudden you've got yourself a major kerfuffle, and it's just easy. It's easy to have that second hand on board. So what I was saying, you know, when my wife and I were discussing whether or not we should even buy this, I said, well, in some ways it's the difference between being able to do something at all or not. So I think it's money well spent. But it also says don't buy the most advanced crazy system if you're just doing these short excursions. You know, we're not doing overnight sails across the ocean or anything like that. Okay. As far as build quality on this, it's basically what I was expecting. It's plastic. It's not, you know, super crazy in any way. The one question that I was curious about is, I'm still curious. Okay, there we go. This makes perfect sense, because I was wondering, in all of the installation videos I've seen, they say, all right, well, you have these holes around here, and you find out, you know, the number of arms on your wheel, and then you drill the holes out for the number that you have. That all made sense, but then I was like, and then you just screw it in. And I'm like, well, screw it into what? I mean, there's no backing back here, but haha, here is where you actually do the screws. So you screw into these holes here, which are threaded through the holes here based on the number of arms on your wheel. So now this all makes sense. I have one less question in my for myself at least. So all right, well, that's all very interesting and neat. And here is the metal piece that you screw to the pedestal. Control wire. Oh, this looks like it's been opened already. Interesting. So I may have a returned item. We'll see if it actually works. Let's hope so. Hope we don't have any issues. Okay, great. And then here are the screws in here. Again, kind of looks like they've been if this has been opened previously. So I'm going to have to do a quick inventory, make sure that everything is there. It does conveniently come with the necessary drill bits, so that's cool. That's a big convenience. And yeah, and an Allen wrench. So that's great. Should make most of the installation pretty easy. And we have these little screws here, Phillips head. That will not be an issue. None of this should be an issue. It all seems very easy on its face to install. I am a little concerned that it looks like it was an opened item, so we're just going to have to do that quick inventory. It does look like I have all three of the brackets. That's good. And it looks like we should have a couple of different sizes of these based on the diameter. So that's got a 16 and a 12 and 12. So let's make sure we got each of everything, 16, so 2 16s, 2 12s, and then we have a third 16 and a third 12. Okay, so it looks like I have everything that I need, but yeah, needless to say, a little concerning that this has been an opened item. And if you're curious where I bought all of this from, I bought it all from Defender. So if we have any issues, we'll see how they handle it. I've never really worked with them before, so you know, customer service is one of the most important things. They did sort of, you know, lay down the law that they don't do any returns after 30 days. So you know, have to be mindful of all of that. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to find a better container for all of this stuff, because since the bags are ripped, I don't really want to take any chances of there being any difficulties. All right, so luckily I got a couple of plastic bags. We can just drop that into here now, into here. Really don't want to take the risk of missing any pieces, parts. It's going to be also sort of interesting to see how in a month or so, or 2, 3, you know, opening all this stuff up again. But yeah, so far so good. I think that this is going to be the exact right thing. So it's exciting to me. This piece here, and put this all into a plastic bag as well. Here. There we go. It's interesting, that was not advertised to me as an open item that I can think of, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, put that away. We'll put this here. I'm going to tuck you guys away for a nice little nap until we can install you in the spring. So, pretty exciting. Alright, we'll put everything back in the box it came in. This one here. Yeah, one of the advantages here is I can always rewind the tape to see how this actually went in. Doesn't go in this way, so it must be in here somehow, like this. Yep. I think these were in between, but no big deal. All right. Well, there you go. I'm excited to put this in, and now it's just a matter of waiting and being patient. Winters are long in Wisconsin. All right, we'll see you soon.